We've been doing a lot of work to this sled. We got a new track in there. We're working on the Elka suspension right now. These stage 5 shocks are going in. We've already done the other side. Just sometimes we like to do one side that you can't see back there, and it gives us a little bit of a hint on how to do things on this side. So we're going to change out those old shocks, put these new ones in. We've had to go in, take out all the exhaust, just so we can get in and access this bolt right here. Tricky little spot. A lot of sleds aren't like this. Some are. Some are a little trickier to get into. It's going to be nice to try out these new shocks. Beat on this sled pretty hard. There. Get out of there, you. One thing you got to remember when you put your sled back together, you got to go back in and cover up those holes that you had to poke out. These babies just go right back in. One of the easiest, most simple upgrades you can do to your sled. If you're finding your sled isn't performing right handling wise, this is what you do to fix that. Make sure you go back in there and torque those up to factory specs. I'm sure you know that I do, right? So a few days have gone by since I started working on this project. Things go down as usual. But now we're into the rear suspension. If you want to see how I took the suspension out, you can check out my other video on installing a track in this IQR. You can see exactly what it is that I did to get that track out. It's very easy to do. They do that with race sleds. They make them really easy to put in and out because on race day, if something goes down, you got to get it out fast and get something else in there fast. So I got this almost ready for our new shocks. Get out of there. Nope. We have a little bit of snow now. Gonna have that new track in there. I want to get out and play. So now's the time. Oh, reservoir. There's a reservoir on here. Take that old reservoir off here. Should come out. Yeah, so. See that? See what we're doing here? Here. See this? Put that through there, and then you don't lose any of those little sleeves and bushings and whatnot. Don't want to do that. It's not good. Lose all those parts. Before I tighten those up, I'll get these in here. Might have to take off those straps. Now the easiest way to put this on is going to be loosening up these limiter straps. If you're on a bit of a budget, you can't put the full pop out for these. You can't go onto their site. Every once in a while, they have a bunch of items for sale. And there's some pretty good deals on there. I suggest giving them a call, see if they have something for you. Now if you're in the really old sleds, they might not have the application for you, but I'd suggest just calling them and finding out. You just never know what they're going to have. And they do have other stage shocks as well. So, you know what, maybe there's something that's going to fit your budget. These are going to need to be adjusted when you put them on. You know, they did build them for me, for my weight, for my type of driving, for riding, for my sled, but everything takes a little bit of adjustment, right? When you're dealing with springs, it's a little easier to use another set of hands. just compress those.
A little less. Okay.
You might need to do that with no gloves.
I might.
Put it up on the table. God, those are heavy suspension, eh? Heavy duty. Take the tension off these springs. One. There. I loosened these already. Get on out of there. Or did I put them down here? I'm gonna need one more for the bottom one, please. Oh, I know. Now's a good time when you're in here to lube up everything that needs to be lubed. I mean, you got everything out, right? There we go. Get in there. There you go. I'm sure the race guys can do this in about 5 minutes. I'm not one of those guys. But I can get her done. And all this stuff, you know what? You can do it yourself. I'm not a mechanic. You don't have to be either. A lot of the independent racers out there, they're just fixing these machines up themselves. Good, good.
That's good.
Yep, there you go. Sweet. All right. The only thing left to do now is get this skid back in the sled, tighten everything up, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna do some field testing of this, and we're gonna make some adjustments on the field so we can show you what to do. And that is how you install the Elka Stage 5 shocks in your sled. Doesn't matter if it's this Polaris IQR, it could be any one of the other sleds you have, pretty much the same. Can't wait to go out and try these. Make sure you guys check us out on Facebook, on social media. Give me a big old thumbs up if you like my videos, and keep watching. We got some more cool stuff coming up.